Hey everybody, it's George at Zoetic, and I want to go through some flexibility training today. This is going to be a video you can follow along with. It's going to last roughly about 12 minutes, and it's going to be a full body stretching program. It's going to be great for just general mobility and flexibility training most days. It would also work great as a static stretching routine for post-exercise stuff. We're going to start out with a hamstring stretch. A real simple stretch, going to look like this. You're going to be in a staggered stance, moderate length, hip width. You're going to pinch your shoulder blades together and bow forward. You're going to bow forward until you feel some resistance in that hamstring. That's the big muscle on the back of your upper leg. And once you feel that resistance, you can stay there. If you want a little more stretch, you can rotate this back hip down slightly and bow further in. And breathe. And you're going to hold each of these for roughly 10 seconds. And now we're getting that hamstring out of its normal length. We're stretching it slightly. You're going to, here we'll finish this one. 3, 2, 1, and up. And as far as the intensity goes on these stretches, really just past a little bit of resistance. So you should feel the stretch but not feel a lot of pain. It shouldn't be painful. It should just feel as though you're getting a good stretch. Same thing here. We're going to have just a slight bend in that front knee, 3 to 5 degrees. Pinch your shoulder blades together and bow forward. Find that resistance. Stop. Kind of assess. If you want a little more, you can rotate that hip and bow further in and hold. And make sure you breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. 3, 2, 1, and up. Okay, hamstring stretch. Check that off the list. Now we're going to go to a quad. So what we're going to do is grab the top of your foot. You want to make sure you're in alignment so your knees are lined up, shoulders are back, abs are in, and then flex in. In other words, feel as though you're bringing that foot away from your hand. It'll all tighten up and you'll feel specifically hip flexor stretch and quadriceps. And once you're here, you're stretching into that resistance. If you want to lengthen that line a little bit more, you can bring that arm up. And clearly there's a balance challenge here as well. So you may want to be next to a wall or a chair, something that allows you to stabilize on. And breathe. 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay, excellent. We're going to do a little knee grab here. So we're going to grab the front of the shin, actively pull your thigh into your torso, staying upright, and breathe. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. We're going to do a little figure 4 here. So we're crossing the knee, the ankle over the knee rather, and allowing to stretch out, really targeting the piriformis, but getting that whole hip complex to open up a little bit. And again, you find that resistance and then push a little further once you feel comfortable with it. And in this case, you can do that either by bending the planted knee a little more or applying just a slight little bit of pressure on the open knee. And breathe. 3, 2, 1, and up. Okay, same progression. Second side, we're going to grab that quad because we've already done the hamstring. We're going to lengthen the line. And breathe. Good. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. We're going to grab that knee, pull in. You can roll the toe a little bit each direction. That's going to fire all the connective tissue and assisting muscles. Good for ankle mobility. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. We're going to come across, hit that hip. And I am adding a little bit of pressure here. I'm picking out a spot on the floor about 3 feet ahead of myself here to stabilize my visual field. Give me a little better shot at staying balanced here. 3, 2, 1, and up. Okay, so we're going to take it now for the next stretch. It's going to be a little wider stance, stretching the interior aspect of the upper legs here. And we're going to bend one knee, lean in, rotating into the straight leg, you'll feel that stretch interior. And kind of imagine a line from your ankle to your knee to your hip, and then pull on that line by tilting your hips. And again, looking for that moderate intensity stretch. It doesn't need to be real severe. 3, 2, 1. Return. Good. And breathe. 3, 2, 1. We're going to do a wide-legged forward fold. So now we're going to support ourselves on the floor with our arms. Boom. If you need to get a little closer, you can always widen your stance a little bit. Bend your elbows to get a little more into the lower back and breathe. Good. 3, 2, 1. We're going to come up nice and slowly. Whenever you get your head below your heart for any length of time, you run the potential of getting a little dizzy when you stand up. So make sure that you're either used to that and you know you're not going to get dizzy, or you have something close by that you can stabilize with. That was interior aspect. Now we're going to do a little bit of work into the exterior aspect of your upper legs. And this is a little more of an advanced stretch, so you want to be ready for it. And but I'll demonstrate with some yoga blocks here. And for you people, anybody who does yoga will recognize this as standing splits with a little bit of internal rotation with your hip. And I'll show you what it looks like, then I'll describe what I'm doing. And breathe. So what you're going to want to do is stand fully upright, shoulders back, abs in, hinge from the hip, keeping a flat back. And if you don't have yoga blocks, you can use like the second step on a staircase, or just something that will help you get, into this position while you're fully secured and supported. You're going to come down into this standing splits position. And from here, a slight bend in the planted knee, a rotation through the hip, raising your heel, and then straightening that planted knee. And then the more you rotate through, in other words, the more you bring your pinky toe closer to the floor by rotating that hip internally, the more exterior aspect you're going to get. And you can get a nice little IT stretch here. And breathe. Good. 3, 2, 1, and back down. That will feel amazing when you do that. Trust me, give it a shot. You won't not do that regularly, probably again. The last stretch for your lower body we're going to do here is a calf stretch. And again, from yoga, it's going to be a downward dog position, but we're going to foot pedal. So we're going to drive one heel to the floor, let that soak. 3, 2, 1, return, drive the other heel to the floor, let that soak. 3, 2, 1, back to the first side. And you can kind of, to intensify the stretch, you can push back through your shoulders a little bit. But again, it's not the intensity of the stretch that matters. It's the consistency with which you stretch that matters. And breathe. 3, 2, 1. You can kind of even things off with a double leg, down dog, pushing through the shoulders. And breathe. 3, 2, 1. And up. Excellent. That's a pretty thorough lower body stretch. Quads, glutes, hamstrings, calves, interior, exterior aspect. We're going to do a couple quick stretches for the upper body. First is going to be a big chest stretch. We start out, thumbs point up, fingers point back. We open up, finding that point of resistance and holding. Good work. 3, 2, 1. Return. Good work. Thumbs down, fingers back. And breathe. 3, 2, 1. Open up. You'll get a little further. Generally, the second time you come back at a stretch, you're going to get a little more. And the third time, you're going to get even a little more. 2, 1. Excellent. Now we're going to come into a side bend. It was supported here on your hip, so you can push your hip a little bit and then reach through and breathe. Good. 3, 2, 1. And switch it out. We're going to push that hip. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Now, on the side bend is a really important stretch, so you want to be getting that one. If you want a little more intensity, you can bring the side that you're stretching, you can bring that foot across the other foot. Again, a little bit of a balance down, so be ready. And you can see this line here is getting longer now and reaching through, and that's the way we're going to get that stretch a little deeper. We're going to get further into the hip. 3, 2, 1, and same thing, other side. And push that hip. Don't fall over, and breathe. 3, 2, 1, and down. Okay, we're going to get into the back a little bit, so interlace fingers, extend. Feel like you're getting pulled, but what you're doing is you're pushing, opening that upper back. Feel the shoulder blades separate. 3, 2, 1. Reverse the grip and go high. Excellent. And reach. Feel like you're reaching through your palms, bringing your arms back. Then you're going to separate and come down, keeping the hands in the same position. Stretching shoulders, biceps. Good. Keep coming. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Now we're going to just work a little bit into the shoulders. So you're going to extend side number 1. Shoulder height, palm up, come across the center line. Now support with the other hand. Drop your shoulder blade and look over. Here, stretching shoulder blade, AC joint, cervical spine. 3, 2, 1. Release. And then we're going to add again. We're going to come extend up, adductor come over, press down, look across. And breathe, adding a little bit of tension here as we drop that shoulder blade. 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. Last stretch is going to just be a standard forward fold, so we're going to be in a narrow stance. We're going to bring the weight down and breathe. I'll give you a little different angle here. You can grab your calves, pull in. Again, not too extreme into that resistance. You want a little more, you can straighten your knees, pull a little further. And breathe. 2, 1. Come out to the front. And up nice and slowly. Again, being mindful, you could get dizzy as you stand. 3, 2, 1. And you're done. That's it. 5, 6, maybe even 7 times a day. 7 times a day. A week. Once a day is great if you can get this kind of stretching in. You will really feel a big difference in the way your body moves. Thanks.